No, not really. I don't measure or cut. Fuck that.
I know I'm exactly 6 inches, so I don't need to measure. Rob's Roundtable! What's up, man? Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're not repping any Niners gear today. Why is that?
They're on bye this week. I'm keeping it low key.
Oh, they're on bye.
Yeah, that's all.
How they been doing?
Has nothing to do with the 3 losses in a row.
How's Brock Purdy looking?
Brock Purdy's playing really good football, if I'm being honest.
Is he?
I'm not scared of the
Turnovers.
interceptions. Every quarterback throws interceptions, man.
Turnovers.
You throw a dozen in a year, that's a fantastic year. He's fine.
Okay, I got a couple things outside of my Niners ripping. Funny conversation I had at the bar about 3 days ago. Talking about guys we'd have sex with. And I didn't bring this up, actually. First time ever.
I don't believe it.
I always said if I had to fuck a guy, had to, if my life depended on it, I'd fuck Elvis.
And someone said Morgan Freeman.
Ooh.
Which is really strange. But, you know the reasoning?
His voice.
For the narration.
Yeah, for the narration.
It's like, can you imagine Morgan Freeman narrating you banging his butt?
I find I'm so excited I can barely sit still or hold a thought in my head. A free man at the start of a long journey whose conclusion is uncertain.
Like, and he entered me very softly.
I did just watch a nature special the other day.
Yeah, he's great.
Like,
I mean, any narration
fantastic.
with Morgan Freeman, it should be the rest of the time. They just need to, like, have one of those soundboards and just anything that's narrated should just be Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
You know, like Bill Pullman should be the president in any movie.
We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Just Morgan Freeman narration. I thought that was strange.
I'm in. It is strange.
What do you think of the sideburns?
Ooh, that wasn't very nice. How about you, Sideburns? You want some of this milk?
Rather have a beer.
Any comments?
I like them. They're just there. They're not taking over like the
they're just
previous chops were.
Good. And one last thing. This guy, there's a couple more things, but this guy, Cody Mach. Look at this guy. Not a handsome man. One of the ugliest men I've ever seen. He makes Chris Hovan look like a Calvin Klein model. And those of you who don't know Chris, I'm going to put them both up here. This dude looks like a hockey player mixed, like, inbred with an offensive lineman.
He does look like a hockey famous in the front teeth.
Holy shit, man.
I give you that. But hey, way to own being a ginger.
Yeah, and he's a ginger,
Yeah.
which is a whole different thing.
Do you know how you cure a ginger? Chemotherapy.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
What train can't gingers ride? Soul Train.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse. And unless we work to rid the earth of that curse, the gingers could envelop our lives in blackness for all time. It is time that we all admit to ourselves that gingers are vile and disgusting. In conclusion, I will leave you with this. If you think that the ginger problem is not a serious one, think again.
They ain't got no souls. All right. One last thing for you, per usual. The NFL quarterback carousel, all the injuries, how bad it was this week. Now, I'm not about the whole, like, protecting players and all the bullshit calls against quarterbacks, but now you see why they do it. Because I'm going to read you off a list of these 10 guys that played that are awful. We have Brett Ripien. We have Jaron Hall. We have Jordan Love, Mac Jones, Tony DeVito, who completed 2 screen passes in, like, 3 quarters.
To the Penguin from Batman?
He is the Penguin. Zach Wilson, Tyson Bagent, Mitch Trubisky, P.J. Walker, and Joshua Dobbs.
So one Bears great and one soon-to-be Bears great on that list.
That is a rough list. So we are going to do a bad quarterback draft. We have 10 names. We each get 5 guys. You won the first pick, random draw.
Yep.
Well, who's your first pick? See, who has the worst group.
The best of the worst, and we're talking just this season in fantasy.
In general. Going forward, who's the worst? The worst quarterback you would not want to start a game.
I want the worst one?
Yeah, you want the worst one. You want the worst one.
I want the worst one.
Yep, you want the worst one.
All right.
Give me your worst 5, and I'll take my second worst. You give me your first one, and I will go down the list.
Yeah, I gotcha. I have a hard time with both of them being Vikings, because I feel like Hall just won't play with Dobbs there.
It's just in a vacuum, single player, use vacuum salesman, one game. Who do you not want on Team X?
Going DeVito.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He's a tiny little actor. He's not a quarterback.
Tiny little. He should play the ball.
Oh man, this sucks. I'm going Jaron Hall.
Okay. Yeah.
Who's your next pick?
Hall was a close first pick for me with Brett Rippin, I think.
Figured you would.
Yeah.
I am gonna go with Mitch Trubisky.
Brad Rippon, right? Relation to the great Mark Rippon.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
He's not Mark.
Redskins. Great.
He probably sucked too. But who else you got?
No, he didn't suck. He did really good one year.
Did he?
He did.
1 year? Cool.
I forget what it was that he won that year. It was something prestigious, if I recall correctly.
Who's your next pick?
Sorry, I wasn't listening to yours.
I took Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, man. Bitch Trubisky. I'm going to go, just because I really don't like his face, Mac Jones.
It's a good pick. I am going to go... Zach Wilson.
Oh, the Cougar Whisperer.
He's bad.
He's bad. He is. He is bad at the footballs. Oh, man. Dobbs has done okay in Arizona without a lot of weapons. I'm curious to see what he does in Minnesota. Walker, I don't hate. Is Love still available?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go Jordan Love.
Yeah, he's really bad.
I feel validated in my offseason hate of Jordan Love.
I am going to go Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think he's bad. There's no hair on his body or his face.
That's not by any control.
Who you got next, man? You got Tyson Bagent. You got P.J. Walker.
I'm going to go Walker.
I'll go Tyson.
I like the feel-good story in Tyson.
Those are some bad teams, some bad quarterbacks right there.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, you won the list because you got Danny DeVito.
That's it.
I mean, he's not a quarterback. Guys, do something. This guy literally could hand the ball off and throw a screen pass, and he just got panicked in the pocket. Couldn't run because he's tiny.
Poor Frank.
Dude, gross. Yeah. All right. Week 9 preview coming all up in your grill. That sounded really gay. We'll get to the games here.
I didn't hear it that way at all until you told me it was.
Okay, Thursday Night Football, we have Titans and Steelers. Steelers -3, over under 36.5.
Will Levis is going to be the boat that raises all tide, or the tide that raises all boats. That's why I had it backwards.
Yeah? You think he's better right now than Kenny Smallhand Pickett?
I do.
Saying something.
I don't know anything, because I saw one game with 4 touchdowns, and he only had, 200?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Kenny Pickett's ever had a game that good.
He was 19 for 28 or something. I mean, it wasn't outstanding, but I'm gonna take Levis and the Hot Titans, carry the momentum from last week. Pickett still may or may not play, right?
Yeah, he said he's playing. Here's my concern with Will Levis is he looked great last week because he had 4 bomb touchdowns. I think that was also catching the Falcons off guard of, like, they didn't ask him to be a game manager. They actually asked him to do way more than Tannehill did.
Yeah.
And, like, they didn't expect it. And they just hit him in the mouth. Boom, 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 boom. Double moves, deep throw. That was a great ball. The issue with him was never his, like, he was always the quarterback that was created in the lab.
His physical
skill
set.
Could he actually diagnose defense? And you don't have to when he had guys deep, wide open, which Titans, that's not their MO ever. Man, this is tough. -3. Yeah, give me the Titans as well. It's tough because I am streaming Pittsburgh's defense in a few spots.
Okay.
Just because of the unknown of if he is actually bad, he can
the
throw a pick
Thursday
6.
night passing game can be a bit of a
over
struggle.
under 37.
Yeah,
Super
not
low.
a
You
lot
told
of
me you're
points
starting
expected.
a bunch of things from that game.
I know. It's gross. There's a reason I'm in 10th.
Thursday Night Football with that shit going on. Over under 37. What do you think?
That's
tempting over.
It is a tempting over. It seems too low for an NFL game, but it is Thursday Night Football.
With those quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly. So many unknowns.
Okay, Dolphins at Chiefs. This is a Germany game.
Dude, it's a huge game.
Right? Is that what we do? Yeah.
Who's the? You should have kept a little mustache.
I should have had the Hitler stash for this. We have
who's
Chiefs.
the home team there?
Chiefs are home. I don't count that at all. It's Chiefs -1.5, over under 50. The over-under seems juicy as over. That seems very low. Chiefs are going to be angry coming off of their Mahomes' worst game of his career.
Dude, so
Granny
gross.
was sick. I don't know any about that. Their receivers suck, though. Yeah. Dropping Sky Moore. What the fuck was I thinking? That guy's terrible. He can't run a route. He doesn't run the right route. He can't catch.
Great.
So
it's Rashi's turn, right?
Man, this is so tough because I'm doing my confidence pool, and then this week is tough because there's not a lot of lopsided games.
Yeah, very clear which way they go. Miami's offense has just been on fire. I'm going to continue to ride that, man. The hot hand with McDaniels.
Because they've lost both games against very good opponents. And this is another very good opponent.
It is. In Kansas City in a bounce-back game where they're mad that they just got dicked over last week by Peyton and the Broncos. And I love the trolling of the Chiefs after that game, playing Taylor Swift Shake It Off at the end of the game. That was one of the best things. The best non-football Taylor Swift thing that's happened all fucking year. That was it for me.
I am taking the Chiefs. I love the Dolphins. I think they beat up on bad teams and they get exposed a bit by good teams, but we will see. Andy Reid, that team has championship pedigree. I can't see him losing 2 in a row. Although your team has lost 3 in a row.
They have. Nobody saw that coming.
I did.
Remember
how I said this a couple weeks back? I said that like when we were talking about the Niners, and I don't know who the other team was, and it was the Chiefs or the Eagles. Well, the Eagles haven't really lost, but it was like eventually these teams don't win every game. Yeah. And they lose some games they shouldn't, and they get beat up, and they get exposed. And
historically, I don't know if you remember me saying, West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast.
You always say it.
Struggle.
You always say it.
They struggled against Cleveland, right?
Yes, they did.
In an early game. And then Cincinnati's no slouch, dude. That's not a game that I planned on winning. They got right in that week. So.
Yeah. I picked the Bengals, by the way.
Yeah, good call.
Well, come on, Joey B.
Purdy maybe wasn't going to start either.
Purdy sucks. Cardinals at Browns. Browns -8 over under 37.5. Another very, very low high schoolish over under. I can't take the Cardinals. They're starting who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, Clayton Tune.
He's a cartoon.
He is a cartoon. Browns, I know PJ Walker's probably starting. He's not very good. He's serviceable at least, and that defense is for real. They're going to get after the Cardinals and probably win the game like 21-7.
The massage therapy is back practicing again this week, though. So does that
what a
make
fucking
a difference?
Bomb, bro.
Like cleared medically to play and he doesn't.
What
and
a
then
bomb.
Like, oh no, I got bopped on the head in a football game. Like maybe my arm hurts. It's like the kid, you know, when you were young and you played sports, organized sports, whatever. The kid that like makes a bad play and is automatically hurt every time.
Oh yeah.
Like he gets up and like he's crying because his knee's hurt.
Right,
he's not crying.
hit in the knee.
He's not crying because he's a little bitch and just blew the play.
Trash.
Yeah,
trash.
Dude, that's who he is. He's the guy that when he does something bad, it's because I was hurt.
Cheers to you for getting your money though. All guaranteed.
All guaranteed.
It's more like anti-cheers to the Browns for being morons because they have a championship team, at least a championship defense, some nice cogs on offense, especially if you had Nick Chubb in there.
If Chubb was healthy,
and they just can't get it right.
Yeah,
they went all in. I see why they did it. But they should have just traded for Kirk Cousins or something, or done anything, not bring in a fucking head case weirdo that only cares about getting off.
For guaranteed money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just gets off and like, cool, man, good for you. Go get off somewhere. I mean, don't play football. Who you taking?
8. It was 8 or 8.5.
8.
Fuck, that's a lot of points.
It's a weird number.
I'm going to take it.
Gotta take it.
Yeah, cards are shit balls.
You gotta take it.
Crazy.
Okay, next game we have Vikings at Falcons. Battle the backup quarterbacks, although I don't really consider Taylor Heineke a backup. He's probably better than Desmond Ridder.
He is better than Ridder.
But Drake London's probably out in this game. We have Falcons -4.5 at home, over under 37.5. Another high school football.
God, it's going to be such a gross weekend for football.
Shit, man. I can't really take Brett Ripien. But the Falcons are missing their best receiver. 4.5 seems like a lot, but I think I'm taking the 4.5 in the Falcons.
Yeah, I trust Heineke more than anyone else out there. He should have been starting already. Who's the other quarterback that's in Atlanta? I'm having a brain fart right now.
Desmond Ridder?
No, obviously not Ridder.
I don't know who the other.
They had someone else that like the thought was, do we get this dude some experience? Or I don't remember what the fuck it was. I'll have to look it up. But
Cordell Patterson?
Yes, Blake Patterson at quarterback.
So low scoring game, which is weird to have a 4.5 point line with these teams. So they're not expecting the Vikings to score any points.
Yeah, where's it at?
It is in Atlanta.
And is
coming off a rough
you think Dobbs
loss.
is going to be starting already, or do you?
No, they said he's not.
Okay,
he's going to have a small package. But
yeah.
Like, that was also the word of the Titans last week. They said they're going to play both quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't start fucking Hopkins, because I'm like, well, they're going to have a rushing quarterback play 12 snaps.
Yep.
Not going to get the ball there.
One of the best corners in the NFL against Hopkins.
Yeah. So I'm taking Falcons. I have to.
Yeah.
Too many unknowns. Over under 37.5. Ripien comes out and just pulls a Case Keenum and just fucking winging the ball over the yard.
No, it's not even going to be Ripien, right? It's going to be...
Oh, sorry. Ripien's a different team.
No, it's going to be...
Who's Ripien now?
Turner?
It's the Jaron Hall.
Hall, that's
Who's Ripien on? Oh, he's in the fucking Rams.
Yes.
Well, there's so many bad quarterbacks, I just don't know.
Stafford's day-to-day, supposedly.
Yeah. Okay. Seahawks at Ravens. Ravens -6, over under 44. That's a lot of points. Seahawks are a legit team.
They are. And they just added Leonard Williams on that team.
I don't know, man. The Ravens kind of sleepwalked through that last game against the Cardinals, although they still covered.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Seahawks on the points. It's a lot of points.
It is. I still just can't get behind anything Seahawks related, so I'm going Baltimore.
44, it seems like a pretty fair over-under. I don't want to touch that.
It's too close.
Wow, yeah, if it was 6, they could win by a touchdown. But I don't know, man. Ravens don't blow anyone away besides the one game. Seahawks are good, man. They're good. Geno Smith is prone for turnovers.
They're better than I want to admit.
Bears at Saints. Saints minus 8.5, over-under 41. Another game of Tyson Bagents.
I think the under hits there, personally.
The Saints have been slinging the ball, man. Oh, shit. A lot of people took the Bears last week, and we saw how that went, even though they were getting 10 points. Mm-hmm. But I will say I think the Chargers are a little better than the Saints. I'll take the Saints, I guess.
Yeah, the Saints are going to control the clock and control the ball.
Bears, I hope the Bears get blown out.
They're in rough shape. Montez Sweat isn't going to win
I don't want to talk about the trade. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, Buccaneers at Texans. Texans minus 2.5 at home, over under 40. Tough game here because I think the Buccaneers are a better team. So therefore, I'm going to take the Buccaneers.
Yeah, it's almost a pick 'em at 2.5. The home stadium in Houston doesn't seem to make too much of a difference.
They just lost to the Panthers, so
yeah.
Full disclosure.
That's not a good look. Whether it's Baker under center, it's hard to get behind too. But I think the Bucs make sense.
Same. Rams at Packers. This is Brett Ripien versus Jordan Love. I have been burned by the Packers a lot. The Packers are minus 3.5, by the way, over under 38.5. Another one of those high school over-unders. That's a theme.
It is. How many games under 40 this week?
A fuckload, dude.
Yeah.
The quarterback play. Jordan Love is trash.
It's such a hard week to pick.
I don't know if it's Jordan Love or the play calling, because early in the year he looked okay. I know he can make the throws and he's a little mobile, but like Christian Watson, they're just not doing anything for him. For any of these guys. They're like, say, Jordan Love, drop back in the pocket and win. That's not what they need to do.
No, they need to run the ball and establish a run, but
have some creative play calling.
They get behind early, and it was Rodgers calling all the shots before.
They're not getting Aaron Jones involved.
Not enough.
Running the ball up the middle. Man, that's a tough line though.
They get behind in downs and distance early a lot. Though.
And we are assuming that Stafford's not playing this game. That's what the line is assuming, right?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously it wouldn't be 3.5 if Stafford was playing. Although they're coming off an awful loss with Stafford.
Yeah, and they're in Green Bay, right?
I had to take the Rams in the points. I think the fucking Packers probably win the game, even without Stafford.
Yeah, but did the Packers win by more than 3?
No.
Like, that's the problem.
Can they score more than 17 points?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is a 20-17 game?
That would be implied in the total. I think it's more like 17-13.
I imagine the Packers get the run game right this week.
At home, too.
Yeah, so I'm going Green Bay.
Okay. Commanders at Patriots. Another shitty-ass game. We have Patriots minus 3, over under 40.5. Patriots are tricky, man, because they can beat some fucking good teams, or they just get blown out.
Is it because he's got dementia or what?
I don't no idea, dude. Mac Jones blows. But Sam Howell gets sacked more than any player. The Commanders just traded their 2 best defensive players.
They did.
They're going to have no pass rush. I am taking... This is so tough. Neither. I'm going to say it's a wash because it's going to be a 3-point victory.
Yeah, right?
I don't know, man. Give me the Patriots, I guess.
That's where I'm at. Just with the I think it's going to be a deflated locker room, trading away a couple defenders. Belichick's going to take advantage of that defense and be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
Not a real good pass rush on Mac Jones. If you give him time and keep him clean pocket, he's good for at least 6 to 9 yards a throw.
Okay. Colts at Panthers. Panthers plus 2.5 at home, over under 44. It's pretty easy for me because the Panthers just got their win against the Texans. Mm-hmm. They're feisty, but the Colts are a better team.
And that Panthers defense is just fucking everybody's hurt.
They're
tore apart. I'm going with the Colts. I'm going with the mustache.
Yeah. Minus 2.5. Give me that. I think they went by 14, honestly.
I think they could cover 6.
Yeah. Giants at Raiders. The Raiders. Raiders minus 1.5 at home, over under 37. None of those high school football over-unders.
Right. So my logic here is the rejuvenated team with an interim head coach. GM and McDaniels are both shit-canned. Jimmy G's on the bench. O'Connell's coming in. They're going to rally and just get back to
Story loves O'Connell.
They're going to...
Heard about him.
Yep.
Shout out Story.
You want to trade for him, Story? Hit me up. They're going to get back to just playing football for the love of the game, man, and got nothing to lose at this point. So
Giants are a dumpster fire. Now, if Danny Dimes is playing this game, it changes a bit.
Yeah,
Danny Dimes sucks.
So, you want to know how good I am?
DeVito.
Do you guys want to know how good I am in Dynasty? I am starting Danny Dimes and O'Connell in the Super Flex in Dynasty this week.
Jesus Christ.
Killing it, bro.
37 over-under. Really going to get a lot of touchdowns in that game.
Well, I got Purdy and T-Law by.
All right, these last games are actually good. Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles -3 at home, over under 47. Fuck, this is tough because the Cowboys are Jekyll and Hyde.
They are, man.
They look
so
so great when
them.
they win, and they look so bad when they lose.
I want to call them Six Flags, right? Like they're just a roller coaster.
But the Eagles, although they have a 7-1 record, they've been up and down. They've been up and down, man. They could barely beat the fucking Redskins.
That Dallas defense is legit when they're on, man.
I'm taking the Cowboys in the points.
Are
it's
you?
Probably a bad.
I'm taking Philly because I don't trust the Cowboys.
No, it's tough. It's a tough game. 47. I kind of like the over in this game.
Yeah, I'll totally.
I know they're a good defense.
No, they are, but I like the over too. And AJ Brown, you see, he set a record.
Yeah, he's killing it.
125 plus receiving yards.
He is killing it. I did trade him for CD Lamb.
6 games? 7 games?
Yeah. I traded him for CD Lamb, but I did get Jonathan Taylor too.
You tried to get him from me, so...
The trade was Madison. I think I won it. It's Madison, A.J. Brown for CD Lamb and Jonathan Taylor. And a 12-team, 2 flex.
Madison's nothing,
That's nothing, and Jonathan Taylor's coming on. Okay, Bills at Bengals. Bengals -2, over under 49.5. Great game. Great line.
This is the game of the week, in my opinion.
With what we saw from the Bengals, I'm going to take the Bills, though.
Oh, yeah?
I love the Bengals, man. They're coming off a high. Josh Allen, it's such a close game.
It is.
But taking 2 points, I like the over, if anything, in this game.
I like the over as well, but I like Cincinnati to ride the momentum. They finally got the ship right last week against the Niners, and if they can do that to the Niners D, I don't think the Bills D is as good. And
they call this the DeMar Hamlin game.
Yeah.
Everyone's all about, that fucking stupid-ass story.
I mean,
he's fine.
I'm glad he didn't die, but
he's fine.
There's no long-term impact with that. Like, why aren't we worried about CTE and all these other brain injuries, dude?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's like a school shooting happening, and that someone that survived by getting shot in the leg, getting a statue, but there's 14 other slaughtered kids that are dead. No one talked about the dead kids.
Yeah, they're
but
the
one that
committed suicide,
that heroically closed the door and got shot.
Yeah.
But there were still 14 other dead kids.
That
guy gets a statue, so Hamlin gets a statue, but Junior Seau, no one talks about him. Because he had his brain literally beaten for 18 years.
Yeah, he was such a badass.
I'm saying, big deal. The guy had cardiac arrest. I know people that have cardiac arrest. It happens.
It does.
Because it happened playing football. I don't know. It's a weird thing. You're taking Bengals, taking Bills. Monday Night Football. Here we go. Whoop! Chargers at Jets. Chargers -3.5 on the road, over under 40. I am taking the Chargers.
You don't
because
trust
Zach Wilson is playing quarterback.
I know. I knew that's exactly where you're going to go with it.
I think I like the over, though. Believe it or not.
I was going to say I could see the over. That Chargers defense hasn't lived up to what it should be this year. They've made a few additions, but it's not panning out. I do like that offense a lot better, and I like the Jets, Zach Wilson-led offense. I like Hall, I like Wilson, but
and Garrett Wilson.
I think the Chargers are the safer bet.
Oh, you're right, Garrett Wilson,
not Zach.
No one's ever said they like Zach Wilson besides a 47-year-old woman.
I was gonna say besides a 50
that's the only person that likes Zach Wilson, and he likes him back. I mean,
hey, good for him, man.
I don't get it. What's the appeal? I mean, when I was young, I guess he is younger. He's so young. When you are in your early 20s, a MILF/cougar is very appealing, right?
Sure. I was already in a
when you're between our age, let's say 35. Do you want to get with a 46-year-old broad?
I mean, I'm 41, so.
Okay. Do you want to get with a 50-year-old? If you're not married, wouldn't you rather just get with a 24-year-old?
Maybe. I mean, they're probably dumb and annoying. I don't know.
But you're not talking about hanging out with them. You're talking about just having sex.
I don't know. I've been with my wife forever, so I don't know. I don't know what I would want.
I don't think you'd want a 50-year-old hag.
Probably not.
Unless it was your wife, right?
Probably not.
Because they're fun to hang out with. Like, if I'm going to take a girl to Six Flags,
sure,
give me the 50-year-old. Not even, dude. Actually, maybe you can get, better, you get quicker up in the lines. You'd be like, she's has some kind of condition.
Or is it just one of those where, some girls have daddy issues? Do some boys have mommy issues? Couldn't that
You know what they say about
50-year-olds?
They have son issues. And some of them have grandson issues, okay? This fucking, this cougar's awesome, bro. She has grandson issues.
Yeah.
Her grandson's wreaking havoc in the preschools. She's down to fuck.
She's bought me a new PlayStation.
No, she's down to fuck because she's an old whore that doesn't worry about shit. She doesn't care about getting an STD. She's old.
Oh,
that's what we do around here. We're out of control.
It is.
All right. That was a good time. That was a good time. Rob's Roundtable.
And it's been a complete joy.
I'm not gonna be the ref. I'm a villain, don't you see? Look at the garbage.
Frank! Just nasty, dude. Are you choking? Oh my God, dude.